their ancestors are. It's a big thing. And some people I've spoken to can trace their ancestry right the way back to Henry VIII, and some even further. In that reading from St. Matthew's Gospel, we see the ancestors of Jesus all the way through to the beginning. Not one of them had anything to do with the birth of Jesus. Notice that whole line of ancestors finishes with Joseph. These are the ancestors of Joseph, who is not the father of Jesus, but as it says there in the Gospel of St. Matthew, the betrothed of Mary, who gave birth to Jesus. As people fuss and flather now about Christmas, I heard on the wireless the other day somebody saying, it's so difficult to know what to do between Christmas Day and New Year's Day in that empty period. I wonder what they think the 12 days of Christmas is a reference. We as Christians start to celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve. On Christmas Eve. We have the foretaste with some of the Christmas hymns now. At Christmas itself we start Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and we then carry on with Christmas, right the way through until the 5th of January, when we start a one-day fast for the Theophany on the 6th of January. Somebody asked me this morning, Father, why are you dressed in red? Because this is the fasting period up until Christmas Day. Traditionally, Father Christmas, so called, was always dressed in red. And in the old days, when you went to Santa's grotto, Father Christmas was always dressed in red. There was no Mrs. Claus. I'm afraid St. Nicholas was never married. He was a bishop. Why red? Because it was in the fasting period. And when you go to visit Santa Claus in the grotto, what does he ask you traditionally? I don't expect he dares these days. Have you been a good boy? Have you been a good girl? That would be seen as something terrible to us these days. But it's a leftover from people going to make their confession to the priest dressed in red before Christmas. The priest doesn't say to you, have you been a good girl? Have you been a good boy? He waits for you to tell him, Jesus himself. And then he gives you the greatest gift of all, the forgiveness of your sins. Not from himself, but from God. We've just heard in the Chrismation prayers when John promised all those promises and said all those things that he believed in. One of them was, do you believe that according to the apostolic succession, the priest may give you forgiveness of sins? This gift given to him by God to administer to you. It's so important that we don't give up on the things which belong to God. Christmas belongs to God, and therefore to us, his children. Don't let it be taken over by the office party, the factory party, the binge, the drink till you drop. Don't let that take it over. Keep the fast. And then somebody said to me, so when do we start to fast again? We start to fast again on the 5th of January. Even if you're going to receive communion, or hope to receive communion next Sunday, it is still Christmas. It's only the 27th, is it? 28th next Sunday, one of those. So you don't fast. Normally you would fast in order to receive communion. Some since midnight, the night before, which is the fast that we keep before receiving communion. But nothing apart from that during this period, because it's a feast of celebration, and so we don't fast. From Christmas Day right the way through to the 5th of January. So you have the opportunity to put on at least one stone by the time we get to the 5th of January. Keep the fast until Christmas Day, and then enjoy the feast.